This thing happened within 5 minutes, it was done. So my husband left. Then now we look for Kamo. Kamo's not in the house. And then I call my husband, love, did you go with Kamo? No, I did not. And then I went out. As I went at the door, I saw my son in the pool, like right down there in the pool.
Well, it's another Friday. It's another week. It's another time for an exciting episode of Love, Marriage, and Family Podcast. And today we are joined by a lovely couple, and Pin is going to tell you a little bit about them. But I just want to say thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for the opportunity to be at your home, or in your car. Well, I hope you don't watch a podcast in your car, that's not very safe.
That's dangerous.
That's not very safe, but certainly wherever you chill and watch us and view the episodes, thank you so much for taking your time and your resources, to do so. And on our part, we always do the best to, bring you people that, are interesting, people that have stories and so on. And South Africa is filled with those people. And thank you so much for that. And thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the messages and all of that. And they are lovely messages most of the time. But before we start with the show today, we really just want to tell you about the marriage dance coming up in Pretoria at the State Theatre, and February 14th, that's Valentine's Day. That's a Friday, and we're going to have a great time. Come through to the State Theatre. The tickets are already available at Web Tickets and Pick and Pay. It's going to be an absolute time of your life, but we're going to keep telling you, as we get closer to the time, but hopefully you would have already bought your ticket already. Thank you so much for joining us. And Pins, this is Mo and this is Pini, of course.
Awesomeness. Thank you so much, guys. It's always a pleasure being in this platform and connecting with all of you. And we've got exciting guests that we have today.
Yeah.
We are joined by Mr. and Mrs. Letsholo.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
So I met Zaza in 2021.
Yes, 2021.
For the Mrs. SA pageant. And oh my gosh, I was like, oh my God, what an energetic human being. Today I'm going to find out from Mr. Letsholo, how do you handle, this energy,
You
But
want
guys,
the truth or the flip side?
I want the truth. I want everything. I want the truth and everything.
Absolutely
But guys, it's an absolute pleasure to have both of you join us today. And without wasting any time, we just want to know you guys. Who is Zaza? Where did you guys meet? Because there's Kwamhlanga, Mpumalanga, there's Pretoria, so surely you met somewhere, in between.
It's not a very long distance.
No.
Unless you have to drive 200 kilometers per hour. So
Absolutely.
Wow. So who are you guys? Please introduce yourselves.
Okay, Lavi, do you want to start?
I think you can start.
Okay, so my name is Zaza Letsholo. I grew up in Kwamhlanga.
yeah.
I basically grew up in a farm. My father was a farmer. My mom was a businesswoman at home looking after my father.
Oh.
Yes, I grew up with so much love from the family. I come from a family of 7, 2 brothers and 5 girls. Yeah, so it's a big family. Yeah. Unfortunately, 2 of my brothers died, and we are left with girls only.
Oh.
And I completed my matric in Kwamhlanga. Then after my matric, I moved to Pretoria for tertiary. That is where I met my hubby.
So now it explains the Kwamhlanga, Pretoria. Okay.
Yes. So we met at Drakensberg. We were staying at the same building, a flat. So he
is
was
that the
one.
name? It's not the Drakensberg Mountains.
No,
but
not Drakensberg Mountains.
Okay.
Drakensberg flat.
Got you.
Yeah,
got
that
you.
is in Pretoria.
Got you.
Yes. So we met in a lift, and at that time he had dreadlocks on.
He had dreadlocks, eh?
And
He's in shock that you actually met in the lift. I think he has a different version of how you.
We met in a lift. So I got into a lift. It was just the two of us in the lift. And he wanted to talk to me, but he was
Scared.
shy to talk to me. And then the next time we met literally at the gate. So that's when he spoke to me, and yeah.
I think he has a different view of that because I think you guys met at a club where he was DJing.
No ways. No ways.
By the way, this is the wife of a DJ, so we're going to hear all about it.
I wouldn't know how did we meet, but I think, what you're saying, we met.
Where did we meet?
What do you mean? You
Wait,
wouldn't
where
know.
No, I remember. I think the first time we met, I don't remember how we met,
Sure.
but I know she used to dance a lot.
Yes.
She was doing choreography at State Theatre, but we didn't meet at a club.
Yeah.
But she was a dancer,
Yeah.
a very good dancer. So
She actually liked that.
I don't know if
Wow.
I don't know if we met at a lift or I saw her dancing somewhere.
Yeah.
He remembers the dance.
She
I think
remembers
the dance is a big feature,
Yeah,
obviously,
Yeah.
because you are into the music and entertainment. You know?
But I think let's can we have a bit of your background before the lift situation?
He doesn't remember.
I can't remember. I know bits and pieces of our tertiary flat lives.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which she keeps on bringing them back. And I was like, oh, yeah, you are right. But the meeting, the lift
The
thing,
actual-
it did happen. The lift thing is Leirahala, but now I know she was a dancer, this woman of mine. I'm ever fucked up.
So tell us about you a bit and your version of how you met.
Okay, my name is Otto, Keabetswe Letsholo. Married to this woman of mine. I'm a DJ, I'm a father, I'm a husband,
Yeah.
I'm a businessman, and I'm a podcaster as well.
Oh, nice.
I'm running a deep house space called Tequila Gang SA.
Oh, okay. In Pretoria. Where is it?
We run it almost everywhere.
Nationally, okay.
Yeah. How we met, I think I'll leave it to her. Her story might be true of how we met. Ne?
It has to. If you've forgotten,
Yeah,
then you only have that version to go with.
Yeah. I think we met at Carnalita or Voodoo. But
Clubs, baby.
yeah, but remember there was a time. No, man. I think we didn't meet the flat.
We met
At Voodoo.
at the flat. I can tell you now.
Yes.
He remembers very well. When he saw me, he just choked. Choked. Same time.
Right. That one is fine.
Okay, you remember the choking.
Even the lift thing, I remember the lift thing, There was this skinny girl. She was very skinny by that time.
Yeah.
She's still
But-
skinny.
But the dance, I can tell you now, the dancing part,
That's what attracted you.
more.
Yeah.
And I still
But I had a
dance for him.
problem with this dancing because of it was attracting a lot of attention again.
Oh, and you
didn't
kind
know
of felt
that.
like, okay, you know what? Continue the dancing, but
Yeah.
let's change the environment.
Yeah.
Come do it at home.
No, I don't know. I don't think, maybe inside he has that issue, but we've never really had.
No head. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Long time ago. But then, like now, if there's one thing, my husband allows me to be anything that I want to be.
Sure.
I'm in a right space where when we are playful, we are playful. When it's time for family, it's time for family.
Yeah.
And when it's time for business, it's time for business.
I love that.
You guys have been together for how long now?
Sure. Okay, so our story.
Yeah, that one must go
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah.
We met in 2000. Baby, was it 2000?
2001.
2001.
I think gap year.
Yes, we met 2001, and then we dated, and then he left to the UK. His family was there, his mother and the whole family was there. My mother-in-law is a nurse. Yeah, so she was working that side. So then he said he's going to leave for 6 months and then he's coming back. 6 months, then he left to the UK. 6 months, I waited for him.
You were
Never
waiting?
came back.
Oh.
Of course, I was waiting for him. Like, you know, when you are stuck alone and you are waiting for this guy to come back, because I truly thought it was real. So he left to the UK. The first 6 months we were communicating, you know, he would call me and all that. Then the second 6 months,
Aibo.
he didn't come back. He
So
didn't
there
come
was
back.
more-
There was more. He
Aibo.
didn't come back. This one.
So,
A
okay.
year passed. He did not come back. Nee. And then because I was waiting for him, and then I thought, okay, even the communication is fading away.
Of course,
And then
it's
I
a year.
moved on. I moved on with my life. And when I moved on with my life, I mean, I got someone else. And then he moved with his own life.
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
if you want to continue from there, baby.
I moved with my own life in the UK.
Yes, you moved with your own life. You
Okay.
forgot about me.
The calls were fading, so
Right.
you were no longer.
Because he had a
You know?
girlfriend.
Where?
Probably.
Probably. In the UK.
And he's asking where. So, okay, this was after how long that you met that he moved
I think
to
it
the
was
UK?
2003. You went to the UK 2003.
So like 2
Was it
years.
2002.
Yeah, I think 3. It could be 2003 because, 2003.
Okay.
So we dated for 2 years.
Yes.
Then I left.
Yeah.
Then I was supposed to go for 8 months.
And you extended it.
I went for longer.
Okay.
I was still finding things exciting there,
Okay.
you know. And then I came back.
Did you have a girlfriend when you came back
Aibo.
Where?
in South Africa?
When I got back home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got someone else.
Oh, so you didn't
Because
go
she
back
had
to.
moved on, she
Yeah.
said, yeah.
No, let him tell the story.
That whole part that she's saying there was a communication breakdown. I think it did happen, but it was not because I got someone that side.
Got you.
Yeah.
But it was just communication and calling and whatever.
Distance, yeah.
That time there was no WhatsApp, there was no
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, it was just I think BBM or something.
Yeah.
And then I got back and she had moved on. I stalked, I get check. Then I moved from Pretoria, I went to Joburg. I changed careers now because when I left, I was doing finance and accounting at Pretoria Technical. And when I came back, I switched and moved to Joburg and did sound now.
Okay.
Now, that's when I, had someone and we pushed that side.
In Joburg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she was forever in my head.
DMs. Oh, okay. In your
Not
head.
DMs, no. I never followed him.
She was
following
forever
me.
in my head because there was a time where I would invite her to come to Joburg
Yeah.
where I'm playing, even though...
But you had a girlfriend?
Yes.
Okay.
But she came, Lena. Lena, she wanted to come.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had a girlfriend.
Well, she came.
Sure.
And I invited her again. She came. I invited her to my house, Kola Tabile. She came,
Okay.
And then, And then we got back together.
Yeah, we got back together after some time. And
After
a
her
whole
keep on
lot.
coming, we got back
After a
together.
whole lot
Inviting.
that happened,
Yeah.
in our lives, and we were still young, and we actually got back together on my 30th birthday.
Okay.
Yeah, 30th birthday, which was 12 years ago.
Yeah.
And then he offered sound for my
It was a
party.
charming tactic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly, it was.
Come back.
Clever strategy.
Exactly. So then I said, it's fine. Then they came. He came with his friends. Like, so many people.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. Yeah, then the party went. And then on Monday, he called me. He wanted to talk some business with me. Apparently, it was a business. But obviously, I knew he didn't have a person by that time.
Sure.
And also, I didn't have a person. And I was like, you know what? I am okay. I can stay alone. I don't mind, you know. And then he was calling me, checking up on me, and doing like all sorts of stuff
That's
that
cool.
lovers do, you know. And then when he invited me to the business meeting, I knew that this business meeting is about us.
Yes.
It's our business.
It's about this
Yes,
business.
Yeah. So when we met at Ocean Basket.
Yeah.
He didn't even like fish.
Yeah.
That was the first time he ate fish. So
He didn't like fish.
He didn't like fish.
And you?
Yes. I love fish.
So he did it for you. Okay.
Yeah. So when we got there,
Did we meet at Ocean Basket
yeah,
or News Cafe, Wonder Park?
no, it was in
Sunnyside.
Sunnyside.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Sunny Park. So when we met, he was just straight to the point that, you know what? Yeah, we've had all these things and all that. Right now, I'm really ready. I want you back. I missed you. And I was like, yo, Namgunini.
So when you kept on going, whenever he invited you.
I knew because we dated for the longest time and we never really had issues. You know,
Yeah,
we were
yeah.
good together at
Yeah.
that point. So I was still hoping that he was going to come back after 6 months
Yeah.
and we take this thing, you know, forward.
Yeah.
But after that, after the meeting, I was very excited because we spoke about it. And when we left home and I went to my place, it was a sealed deal that we are back together. You are my person, I'm your person.
Yes.
3 months down the line, he paid Lobola and he said, I don't want to miss this chance again.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
So let me tell you.
Love it.
Let me tell
A
you
man
about,
with a plan.
Yeah.
Let me tell you how the lobola came.
Yeah.
Right. When we got back together, she fell pregnant.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, okay. She skipped that part.
Yeah. So she felt pregnant with our late son.
Okay.
Now, we've got 2 kids. We've got 2 boys.
Yeah.
It's 19 and 14.
In 15.
15 and then the last born. So when she got pregnant with the last born, it was going to be the second child from her.
I see.
Now, I didn't want to be, made to pay damages and stuff. And then we covered this thing and I arranged lobola quick so that before the tummy shows,
I
yeah,
see.
before the
Okay.
tummy shows, we're done with this thing.
Yes.
We pay the money, the
So
crowd.
when it shows out,
it will be too late.
Yeah.
it's already, she's a makoti to
Yeah,
Kimos.
yeah.
Yeah.
And at the time, it was just the right thing to do to bind us together.
Yeah.
Apart from the fact that she was pregnant, I was gonna pay lobola for her anyway, but not at that time.
Sure.
Yeah.
But we had to move quick, and even our parents, they were not even aware what happened until when they saw the tummy.
But I like
Oh, that's
that.
why.
I like that. I really like that because he has shown that he wants to be committed.
Cool.
He wants to get married. Because I always wanted to get married. I grew up in a family of love.
Yeah.
My father was a lover, and I always prayed for a husband that will understand me, that we will understand each other and what we do, and we can be comfortable with each other. At any given time where I'm not feeling okay, he must know that my wife is not okay now, and we also talk about those things. So really, my personal person.
That's cool. No,
My
that's so
personal
cool.
person.
That's so cool. And you guys got married, but before then, were you guys already like, okay, let's move in together, or was it a case of, okay, let's wait until this 3 months and then pay the lobola and then let's.
We moved in together. I was in Lethabile already.
Sure.
Yeah.
Kuchai. So she was in Pretoria. And now I moved from Joburg. Things didn't go well in Joburg.
Of course.
Lost the property and
And you
left the
lost-
house running.
I'm laughing about it now because it's past, but it was bad.
Is it?
How? Tell us about that. What transpired? Besides you obviously stealing him from the other lady.
No,
No, she didn't.
No.
No, she didn't.
No. He broke up with the lady at that
Before,
point when we met. Yeah. So when he left Johannesburg, things were not working out at all. Things were really bad, you know. And then he came back home with nothing.
With nothing.
He lost.
Yeah. I just went
everything.
back to home with the car, with the buggy and my clothes, and I left everything in Joburg. Everything that was in
What
What was
was
happening
it?
in
Was it
Joburg?
work? Was it what?
things were not working out. Like gigging, the
Oh, I see.
DJing space, the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Things were just falling apart.
Sure. Yeah.
My relationship, that side, I had to leave and go back home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the little mind that I had, I started the car wash with a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Which that car wash was taking us out of the way more now.
Yeah.
At the time she was coming to visit. She was a corporate woman at the time, Naga mogele panzula liling. Like, oh, hi. Then she
But
made.
we are rather ipatsula yakhe. We are ipatsula yakhe.
Bila, she's the one who initiated my move
Sure.
back from home to town to come and
Yeah.
live with her in a one-bedroom
Yeah.
apartment, cottage.
Yeah.
I moved from a point of me hiding the car by
bank.
the bank looking for the car.
Yeah.
Then I came to Pretoria, with nothing
Yeah.
in my name, and I had to be the husband, and she allowed me to be the husband, because she was the one who was powerful in the house,
Yeah.
financially.
Yeah.
Now I was still,
Hustling.
doing this and that. Then we moved in together, stayed with her. That's where the baby came.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
naturally.
Yeah.
Pretoria does get cold.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So when do you guys, where do things progress? So she falls pregnant in that 3 months, and then you pay lobola, and what happens from there? Do you tell your families that you want to take things to the next level? Tell us about that journey in the early stages.
Yes, we did. I was very excited about it because I got the love of my, like, you don't understand. Me and my husband, we enjoy each other. We spend a lot of time together. Like, we balance out in our busy schedules. We always try to balance things together. So moving in together, and then it was tough, as he's saying. I've had to pay the bills, do this, do that, it's not easy. But I could see he had a vision. He knew exactly what he wanted, and then he was pushing on the other side. And then I was also pushing because I was a sales executive selling cars, and I was one of the best sales executive at VW. So then we pushed. Then he started now getting jobs bit by bit. So we were settling in nicely. And then 2015, we wanted to now do the marriage ceremony, because it was just a lobola. Yeah. And then we started paying for the decor and all those things, but we are staying in a very small, cottage. And it's not enough for us. And then we decided, 2015, after we spoke to our parents that we are going to now get married and everything, then we decided together that, but we are going to spend a lot of money now paying the decors and everything, but we don't have a home. So we decided to keep the wedding on hold, which didn't sit well with our families. Yeah. After they knew, and the date was there already that we are going to get married. And they always say, once you cancel the wedding, it can never happen. Yeah. It happened.
I think we moved the wedding 3 times. We moved the date 3 times with our
events thingy.
Yeah, so she had money.
Wedding planner.
We're paying her. I think when we postponed the wedding for the 3rd time, she had around 120,000 that we were paying her, and then we told her to keep it.
Yeah,
until
we'll come back
we
to
come
her.
back.
Yeah, then we moved the wedding 3 times.
So you guys were not in a rush, Mos?
Yeah, no, we were not. We wanted to really build a solid thing. I mean, we bought a house, you know, we financed a house. We took out a big deposit that we were going to pay in our wedding.
Yeah.
So then we paid the deposit. Then 2015, we moved into a 4-bedroom house, a huge house with spacious garden. Our kids now are able to play in the garden because there it was too clustered. Then that's when we moved from there. We were staying together. I mean, the family knew. He paid lobola already, you know. And then when was it, baby? 2017. It was 2017 when we got married, because we've known each other for
so long.
You know.
Yes.
So when we decided to get married, we had already lost a lot.
Yeah.
Together.
Yeah, together.
Yeah.
2017. Yeah, I remember now. 2017, I lost my brother.
Yeah.
He died of brain tumor. And then when we were burying my brother, by that time my husband was like grown in the business now.
Yeah.
And then he had his equipment, and then we had at home, we've got a Wendy house. So it's like a storage house.
Yeah.
So as we were burying my brother in Mpumalanga at the farm, my neighbor calls me, Stella, a friend of mine. She says, friend, there's something happening here, but we can't hear each other properly. And then, boom, I see a WhatsApp. Then there's so much fire. And I'm like, this is my house.
You're kidding.
So it was bad because we are busy burying my brother. And then the house,
the house is on fire on the other side.
the house is on fire. From the railway station. We're not far from the railway station. So the fire came from that side, you know, and then it burned our house. Some of the houses also burned, our Wendy house. And that Wendy house had his equipment for more than R1 million. And it was not insured. And then when he came, he left a combi. We've got a combi close to the Wendy house. So when we got home from the funeral, it melted. So it was just hectic. 2017 was very hectic for us. We lost my brother. He lost his brother that he just
Met.
connected.
Sure.
Yes.
Wow.
And then we lost about 5 family members that we lost in 2017 in 1 year. And as I thought, you know what, things are getting better and all that, we lost our child on I will not forget that day, guys.
Yeah.
So we lost a 4-year-old boy, a very charming boy. I mean, if you see my husband, you know he's charming, right?
Yeah, I see him. I saw him when he came in.
He's handsome.
I saw him.
We understand why you keep going back, man. Come on.
Because wow.
Oh, guys.
Yes. So 2017.
That really touched
on
my
the
heart.
13th, we were actually, I just hosted a farm party. So I'm a community builder.
Yeah.
So we've got a home that we have, that we look after children. We do a whole lot of stuff within the foundation. So I had a farm party, which is one of the events that I host for fundraising. It was on a Saturday. Sunday, we sleep at the farm. Sunday morning, we wake up. We come back to Pretoria. I have to go to work. The kids has to go to school.
Yeah.
We bath the kids, then they go to school, then I go to work. But I was tired. So I spoke to my boss. I'm like, you know what? I'm feeling a bit tired today. So can I just knock off early? And I need to also assist my helper in the house because he wanted a phone. So At home, I had a phone that I used to communicate with my boy, like video calls, so he'd call me. So he calls me, I'm still at work. It's like, Mama, you need to rush and come back home. Like, you must see Auntie. Auntie is wearing this wig. This wig looks marat. Like, he was that kind of a boy.
Oh, man.
But that wig was yours, no?
No, it was not.
Oh, Auntie just bought herself a wig.
Yeah, and when I got home, I went home, picked them up. Auntie already left to the complex. So we go with the kids. We go to the complex. We were going to buy vegetables. And then as we turn, we see Auntie, and my son sees Auntie's like, Mama, look at this, you. And the week was bad.
Yeah.
It was truly bad. So then we buy stuff, we go back home. As we get home, I'm tired. We get in. I get into the sitting room. I sit there, and then after I just got back home, my husband was had a job in Mainland, so he had to sort out some invoices. So then he left. After he leaves, then Kagiso, my son, comes to me. He's like, Mama, where's Kamu? And then I'm thinking, okay, maybe Kamu is, I don't know, where's Kamu? You guys always follow each other around.
Yeah.
How come you guys are going to ask me where's Kamu now? Like, I just literally sat down. This thing happened within 5 minutes, it was done. So my husband left. Then now we look for Kamu. Kamu's not in the house. And then I call my husband, love, did you go with Kamu? No, I did not. And then I went out. As I went at the door, I saw my son in the pool, like right down there in the pool. And then I rushed. I jumped into the pool. He fell into the pool with a bicycle.
Oh, man.
Yes. So I jumped into the pool. I took him out. And, immediately when I took him out, I had this thing. I was like, God, did you visit my house? And then we took my child out. We were so confused. The helper is there. My son, we get into the car. We drive to the hospital. As we are driving to the hospital, and then because my helper was sitting here, and then there was just this last cough, and then some, And then I call my husband. I'm rushing. I was almost involved in an accident because I'm rushing to the hospital. I call my husband, love, like, our son is gone. It's like, no ways. There's no way. I'm coming to the hospital now. Just calm down and all that. I get to the hospital. As we get to the hospital, I'm wet because I'm still wearing the clothes that I was in. I'm shaking. It was just a mess. And you know what? In my heart, when I left the house, I thought to myself, my son is gone. And when I got to the hospital, they will give you those, they will comfort you and just make you feel like, no, things are fine, they've got it all under control. My husband got there, and then they called us. And then that was it. Like, they declared him dead. Life can change in just a blink of an eye.
This is still all in 2017?
Yes.
Oh my. Guys, man, this is a lot.
That's how we closed our year. Like, literally,
In November.
things changed.
Yo.
And you know what? He dies on the 13th of November. We are planning to go to Bad Plus. Because he wanted to go to Bad Plus for his birthday. He wanted to swim. He wanted to quite bike. He wanted to sleep in a hotel. His birthday is on the 16th of November. On the day where we were supposed to be celebrating him, we were burying him. So it's one of those, when you get to November, you get to his birthday, you don't even know what to do, like
how to feel.
To feel, because we are supposed to be celebrating this person, and like a 4-year-old, very charming boy, very clever boy. When you always look forward to going home, because he was one of a kind. This 4 years was something else. Lovey?
Such a cute boy, man.
This is all in 2017.
Hi, guys.
So 2017 was just a mother.
The worst.
It was.
So is 2017 a year you want to forget, or is there something
I don't think
in
we
the
can
memory?
forget that year.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
I think to sum up to the 2017 things or the losses that we had,
Yeah.
now came a chance for us now to celebrate. Then we had to host a wedding now. You understand? To make her, at least, because she was my wife was shattered.
Ooh,
You know,
can
so
imagine.
Understandably.
we had to come up with a pick me up mechanism of how is she going to celebrate life again. Then the following year, March, the wedding came. You know, just to fill that void in her heart. Yeah, so much has happened. Let's just celebrate.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing to celebrate, but at least that wedding, changed her life a bit. And she got the exactly wedding that she wanted. Nothing less, nothing more. You know, all the cars that she wanted. You know, even now, well, she wanted a Porsche, but she got
You
it.
said you were buying me Porsche this December. I have not forgotten. This December, I'm getting a Porsche.
Declare it, sister. Declare it.
Yeah, so moving right along.
No, guys,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh wow.
it's amazing how we all get married and we expect things to go according to, what we have planned. You know what I mean? And it's amazing how sometimes the unexpected just happens.
Yeah.
Sure.
No.
Yeah, and also after we lost our child, I found out that a whole lot of people that lost their children through this trauma, 90% of them are divorced.
Yes.
They are divorced because of blaming
Yes.
and all those things.
Yes.
And with me and my husband, it brought us very close to God.
Yeah.
And it brought us very close to
Each other.
each other, even though, marriage is not easy. We constantly work on it, because we are coming from two different families. We still need to, humble ourselves within and, try to sponsane, in some other things, because it was not easy, building what we have, because sometimes, when you get into marriage, there's so much that happens, and there's voices raising and all that. And as we are growing, me and him, I can say I love my husband so much and I know he loves me. And we are able, there's no challenge that can defeat us at this point in time, because we are able, when we have an issue, to sit down and talk about it nicely like adults.
Yeah.
And
nicely now.
But then, stop disturbing us. Nicely.
Now.
What do you mean?
Nicely now.
Now
But we got to a point where we are here now.
Yeah.
But we from a phase that we were just at each other.
I suppose you journey along,
Yes.
At some point you don't know how to fight fairly, because there will be arguments, there will be times where you don't see eye to eye, but it's also important how you rise above that. I just quickly want us to, because you mentioned something quite big or important. We also know a couple that divorced
As a result of
immediately after they lost their child.
through drowning.
Funny enough, it was also 4 years old when you narrated the bicycle. Exactly that. For them, the child actually took the bicycle, went to the neighbor's house.
Oh.
So as he was riding, they didn't have a pool at their home, so they would go to the neighbor's house to swim. And he took the bicycle and he was, obviously riding around. And the auntie in the neighbor's house was like, "Hey, Bo, I see something in the pool. I don't know what it is." When she went, it was the child from next door. They found it difficult to handle that. They would
Because of the
argue, and there would be things like, "But why didn't you see that the child has left the house? He took the bicycle. Surely you could have seen something." And eventually they parted ways. So you guys have been able to, 2017, what was a few years ago? I mean, when was it?
Yeah.
7, 8 years ago?
Yeah.
And you guys are still standing. How did you, because I'm sure there were times where you would feel like, love, you could have done this, or love, why were you not home, or, whatever. When we blame people, we say all sorts of things. What kind of arguments would arise as a result, and how did you guys manage not to allow those arguments to come between the two of you?
Well, I think from where I'm sitting, I'm this person. Our son passed away. My wife was home, but I never, even today, questioned her about why, because ke motho o moholo, ke ngwana hae. There was no way she could have,
Ish.
And then when I left the house, she was tired. She wanted to sit on a couch. So the couch is facing there, the pool is behind. So she was watching the TV. Even today, we've never had an argument of saying why. No, it never got to that point. After losing Kamu, I always tell her, I'm at a point now where nothing will ever break me in my life. I lost a part of me, which it made me very firm now.
Yeah.
And not mean, but I'm very firm because of that. Kamu left with a piece of me that was the softness in it left with him.
Yeah.
So what I was mainly doing, even at the funeral when we were burying him, I never cried. I was just there to hold her hand because she was critical. Even now, she's not critical, but she gets days where she'll go back there and she won't function. So in that phase where we lost him, she was worse. And she couldn't do anything. She was critical as a mother. And she's the one who took him from out of the pool. And then the least that I could do, it was not to play the blaming game to her, because there was no way she could have been, busy with alcohol, no. So I was just there as a support structure for her, for us to get through this. We had arguments, we had fights, but the fights were never around the losing of our child. They were just around. We can fight for sugar or why why, you understand?
Yeah.
To a point where those fights get, aggressive then. But now we understand each other. And like I'm saying, the fights that we had, they were never around Kamu, around our losing of our child.
Sure.
Whenever we talk about love and how beautiful love is, we don't talk of love being beautiful in this context. It's always romantic love. It's always the niceties and, we hold each other's hands and we kiss each other. We are always holding hands in public and we look at that and we say, oh, love is beautiful. Yeah. But the beauty of love that comes as a result of the worst side of the for better.
Yeah.
That love you cannot buy.
No.
That love is not easily broken. That love is the kind of love, it's one of the things we say, that true love is not found. True love is built.
Yeah,
and it is built intentionally.
Yes.
During those times where you could have fought, during those times where you could have blamed each other, during those times where you felt like the whole world is caved in on me, I lost my brother, lost my this, and it's at that time where you kind of feel like, I just want to be by myself and maybe find myself and maybe, and do things my own way and really check out, on anything and everything else. But you guys stuck it in.
Yes, we did.
And that is the beauty of love. You know what I mean? That is beautiful to see. This is black love for me. You know,
Yeah.
you know, this is.
I was excited when Pindi invited us because we believe in love so much.
Yeah.
We believe in marriage so much. And we love talking about it to people also, young ones, even the old ones, you know, to say, if you get to a point where you understand each other, you can communicate better. Because when we lost our child, we never really had that thing of, as you were saying, of blaming and all that. And also grieving. We were grieving in a different way, both of us, but we allowed each other to grieve. One thing I can say is that my husband is hard, you know, he's naturally hard, you know. But with me, he could open up and he could cry also, you know, and I would allow him to cry also, because this thing of saying you're a man, you cannot cry, it's killing a lot of men.
Yeah.
And also he was addicted to tattoos. His body is full of his son, by the way. Everything, the whole body. On the 16th, every year, literally every year, he's going to go to the tattoo shop and then he's going to tattoo himself and feel the pain. That's how he was like, in a way.
His way of healing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and he would feel the pain. When he comes back, I could see this guy is in
He's a Pep Guardiola with the scratching his nose.
I'm like,
Yeah.
he's in pain,
Yeah,
this guy.
man.
And you know what? I couldn't understand, because every year he's doing a tattoo. And then I was like, no, love, this, you need to put a stop
We
into
need to
this.
talk now.
No, we need to talk
Yeah.
about this thing, because you cannot now fill your whole body with, because everything that is in his body, it's family, it's his child, it's his child, it's his child, everything child is in on this body. Like, do this, love.
Yeah, they get it.
We get the point.
They hear you.
So,
Yeah.
did you all love stop now?
Yeah, no.
Oh.
Eventually, he stopped,
Yeah.
and we spoke about it. That's what I like.
And,
because
and I love that, because people deal with grief differently.
Differently, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and you sometimes do need to give someone that leeway a bit, because when you handle grief and how they handle grief,
Different.
you know, is different. But I like the fact that when you spoke about it, he understood.
he understood, and
perhaps.
he also said, you know what, I think I'm done with this thing, and I see what was happening with me at that time when I was doing tattoos, but he's feeling so much better now. This thing, it's not something that you can forget. Like, our child was so handsome.
Oh, man.
And like, he was
I've
so
seen
clever.
pictures, like the
You know,
cutest thing ever.
oh,
Yeah.
The cutest thing ever, guys.
yeah.
One of the things that happens when parents lose a child is to occupy their lives so much with the lost child to the detriment of those that are present. How do you guys balance that so that the ones that are there
Don't feel
like, oh, okay, maybe I should die too? You know what I mean? How does
get
that
a tattoo.
How does that work?
Well, for us, after losing Kamu, we decided to close the pool,
Yeah.
empty the pool
Yeah.
completely, and we closed it. But as time went, you know, that point came in whereby
Yeah, this can't suffer now.
2 years after or a year after, now these ones who are left, they want to swim, it's hot, the pool is closed, you know. Then we got to that point, no, let's just bring it back. And we prayed about that, we brought it back, she cried again, you know. And for the fact there's still these two boys that, you know, that are in the house, and there's a pool, which we raise their tragedy there, but...
And we still swim there. We
Yeah.
also swim in there.
Oh, wow.
So
We
you,
had to
you have
move.
not changed homes
No.
as a result?
we had to
Not
go
yet.
through our journey of grieving in a
Yeah.
way. Sometimes running away from things
Yeah.
that doesn't
good.
mean it's going to
Go away.
help you. You
Yeah.
just face it head on.
Yeah.
And we did exactly that.
so
And with
That
our
must have been
boys
hard.
also, we didn't close them out also. We were grieving
With
all
them.
together in the house, you know.
I think
because
the nice thing is because of the age gap, it's very broad.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Papa hudile, you
So
understand?
they can
Yeah.
understand. Yeah.
They were even now when it's November month, they do grieve, but because of Bahudile now, they
Yeah.
get to understand better.
Yeah.
You know, unlike if there was a 2-3 year age gap
Yeah.
between them. Yeah.
So Ukamo, was he the eldest at the time?
was no,
The last born.
Was
Last
the
born.
very, very last.
Yeah.
Oh man, guys.
Yeah, but I'd love to have kids.
Of course, why not?
You know, we don't have control over this, right? So,
Why not? I fully support you.
And over Tlangwanyana.
Baby, are we not in this thing together?
Which thing?
The baby.
The baby thing.
We are there. I'm supporting you, me.
yeah, he is supposed.
You see,
there.
so you don't want the baby.
No, I want it. You want it, Moses, so I want it.
So he's there supporting you?
Yeah.
Okay,
you know?
at least we have
But-
support, right?
But we had a chance to. She fell pregnant again.
Yeah. After, ne?
After,
Yes.
yeah, and then another, death came of. But she
Miscarriage.
fought,
My
though.
younger
You know,
brother.
she fought. She fought a battle, and then
Which
she.
year was this now?
This was 2021.
Yeah.
2021.
guys,
Yeah, when
yeah.
I entered for Mrs. South Africa, actually, I just wanted to clear
Yeah.
my mind and all these things that were happening.
Yeah.
So my brother was also a farmer. So it's just a story for another day, that one. But my brother was killed. He was shot, very young. He was 30 years at that time. Yeah, last born. Yeah, so he was killed like a thug. I mean, someone who couldn't even kill a fly. And at that time, I was pregnant. I was 3 months. And we were so excited. And my husband was more than excited.
I
than
can
me.
imagine, yes.
Yeah.
And then the next thing, we lose the baby. Like after 2017, now finally we're going to have a child. And then something happens.
I mean, I remember that during the funeral preparations, every day I would call her to check how is she. How are you? How are you feeling? And she was soldiering on. She could break down, but she would break down knowing that I'm pregnant. You understand?
Yeah.
Days went by. On the last day, on the Friday night,
Before the funeral.
Before
the funeral, where I was like, no, now we're finishing off. Tomorrow we're burying. That's when, she lost it and, cried until, there was stuff coming out somewhere and it was like, no ways. Then it just went crazy.
Sure,
3 months pregnancy. Then we lost it.
Sure.
It was the first time to see my husband cry like this. He cried more than me.
Sure.
He was way too excited that we are going to have a child finally. I mean, we're going to have another child finally. And then we lost the child. But anyways, I trust in the Lord. I believe in God so much. The Bible says you must commit yourself to Him, trust in Him, So we are committed to God. In everything that we do, we put everything to God, and He will give us all the desires and the petitions of our hearts. That's why we are growing. Me and my husband have grown so much in marriage. We have grown so much in our family. Our kids, I think our kids are going to get married. I can tell you now, because they can see us. They can see how we love each other, how we spend time together. At 7 o'clock, phones are down. We spend time together. We spend time with the children. So one thing that is so important is that in our busy schedules, we need to find time for lovers, and also us, because I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a businesswoman where I am. When you get home, you must be able to take off that hat, and become a wife when you get home and do what you have to do.
Yeah.
Which is cooking.
Indeed.
And then he loves
Like, do you have to?
like which is cooking.
I mean, that's
to
the only
break
thing.
this.
That's the only thing I look forward to at night.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And if a businesswoman gets home and she can't cook, then we have a problem. We have a big problem.
I'm with you there, bro. I'm definitely there. There's something.
Your husband is very simple, hey? All he wants is cooking.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
Like-
it. And nice food.
That's very simple. No,
There's something I want us to get into before we close. There's always been this, I don't know what to call it, a stigma or whatever, about DJs and DJs and girls and, and all of that. I mean, if you go on social media now and you talk about that and, you'll find a lot of people will be like, nah, I'm not married to DJ. I don't want to be married. Don't want to date a DJ and so on. How do you guys handle that? How does that compute with you guys?
How do you balance that, guys?
I think the stigma, it's there, but that stigma needs to be changed now because there's a lot of DJs who are married. I know in my genre of music, I play deep house. I'm not a commercial DJ.
Sure.
Fortunately, deep house attracts men more.
Okay.
You understand? So I'm not really exposed to a lot of women.
Gotcha.
Because wherever we're playing for Majida more.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
Deep house it doesn't have if it's women, ki thaka tsa rona or older women.
Okay.
We don't get
Even
to
serious women.
even serious women, you understand? But even those serious women we are banaluba somehow. You understand? But in most cases, a lot of successful marriages of DJs falls within the deep house space.
Oh, wow.
If you check properly, a lot of the guys who are married, but the DJ, they're in a deep house space.
I think I've
I'm not
witnessed
saying
that,
the other genres, they are not, married or haba, their marriages are not successful, but the ratio
in the main,
it falls within there.
Got you.
So I get to balance that very easy because of, like I said, our genre, it's mainly celebrated by men.
Yeah.
Okay, good events in Zarona. That narrative is starting to change a bit now,
Yeah.
where we have, a bit of female presence, but dominancy there, it's always been men.
Okay.
Wow.
Which is nice and safe.
But we do want women to come party. The problem with women our age, Musari, when she's above 40, let me say 35, certain things don't really matter to her more.
Yeah.
Groove and stuff.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yes.
Yeah.
But now, and then when you move into the guys' space, that's where guys go out a lot.
Yeah.
Partying. So Ronar is safer because of, our genre caters more men.
Yeah.
And we don't really, find ourselves with women throwing themselves at you. Because like me, it's even worse because now I'm very intimidating. You can't enter me nice. You must...
You must think carefully.
Plus, also, as you say, I mean, you don't play like your main.
We're not mainstream.
Songs, those songs that are in now and whatever. People go like, hey, and whatever. No, yours is like
Laid back.
For us, we teach music more than us making you
jumping up. Yeah.
So when you find a new song, you'd want to share that song with people. At that time, you don't even know the song.
Sure.
And it will take you quite some time for you to get into it. We're not hit makers. We don't play mainstream music.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's
so interesting. And then obviously you have to balance this because they're corporate and the DJing look. So how do you then balance your working hours, because the DJing space is mainly at night?
Yeah.
If you're a DJ and you play during the day, there's definitely
but we do play.
There are, but I think in the main, your working hours are like 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Until.
I always try to, whatever time that I have, a spare time, will be with my family. You see, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm home. Thursday, that's when we start to play. You understand? Thursdays, we play until 10:30, where myself and Vinny Da Vinci are residents.
Yes,
We start from 5 p.m., we finish at 10:30. By 11:30, I'm home.
Okay.
Unless if I'm playing elsewhere after that, which is once in a blue moon.
Yeah.
You understand? That from that, I'll go to play elsewhere.
Yeah.
So I'll be home around 11:30.
Okay.
So the Thursday still falls within family time for me.
Yeah.
When I have that family time of a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll go to gym. On Mondays, we run together in the morning. It's 5, 6 o'clock, depending on the weather. We run 6 kilometers. From there, we'll come back. She'll do yoga and whatever in the house. That's Monday. Now, after that Monday run, I'm home the whole day. Whatever that I need to do will be at home, laptop. Tuesday, home, gym, home. Wednesday, same thing. Home, gym, home.
So there's a lot of time
unless if I have a meeting I need to go attend to.
Yeah.
Previously, I used to cook every Monday.
True.
You understand? Every Monday.
You're not cooking for me anymore.
Yeah.
Why Monday only though?
Because Mondays was just for me
It's
to
an
cook.
off day.
To cook the food that she can cook.
Okay.
That she hates some of them.
Like
And
mogodu.
you cook it.
Yeah.
You cook it anyway.
No, but her mohodu is better than mine though. But she doesn't eat mohodu. She doesn't like it.
Are
But
you
she'll-
missing out?
No, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Oh God.
But you don't like it because
So
of
okay, on that
farm
point,
life.
let me add on his point of the time, right? I was in corporate then, but then 2001, I left my job to focus on farming full time.
Correct.
Yeah, so I'm working from home also. So when we do this things and the work also, we are both at home. Even though he's very destructive. I can't work when I'm at home. Like he wants to talk, love, come and see this. Love, hey, yo, this. And then he
He's
wants me to
happy
say-
as company most.
And he didn't want me to leave my job in 2001.
Yeah.
He didn't want me to leave my job because I was making a lot of money. But then at that time, he was doing well, So
Yeah.
when we got back together, I was the one who was carrying a lot of things, right? And then we got to a point where my husband is all grown and he's carrying so much things. And even now, I can proudly say my husband is carrying me.
And you started
So
looking
much.
for allowances and stuff.
And he says I tricked him.
Oh man.
So
but don't they all do that?
So you are taking advantage now of
No, I'm not taking
Of all of
advantage. My husband is working very hard for the family,
Yeah.
for us. So we need to enjoy that money while we are still alive.
Yeah,
I
the
agree.
Porsche and
Yes.
stuff.
So baby number 4 has every reason to come. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know?
we are working
Yeah,
on
God's
that.
willing.
God willing, yeah. But guys, thank you so much.
Oh man.
You guys have been incredible.
Thank you.
You know,
Oh yeah.
forgetting 2017, which is a year that we really want to, park on
Yeah.
the side. But you are just amazing human beings.
Absolutely.
And I know that God will restore
Yeah.
everything that you have lost. Sometimes you might look at that year and think, oh my word, we lost this person, that person, we lost this and that. But it's amazing how God is able to just restore that nje. In more than what you have lost,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I'm so sorry, for the fire and, for your beautiful son and your brother,
Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you guys look amazing because God is able to keep abantu bakhe. God can
yes.
keep his people.
Yes.
Yeah.
We never die from all of these things that we experience and that we go through.
We get stronger.
And that's
we
why
get
you are
stronger.
here, because he makes us stronger.
Yeah.
And the other thing, of course, is the fact that, for me, life does not owe us anything. Bad things do happen to good people.
So true.
Sad, but
and ours really is to push through, that, because sometimes things happen and there's a purpose to them happening.
Yes.
Nothing just happens. And we really need to, the beauty that I see in front of me when I talk about the beauty of love and real love, true love, comes through that process. In order for you to appreciate gold for what it is, you don't understand that it had to go through a lot of burning and a lot of fire and all of that for it to come out, that much pure. And we really appreciate you guys. And thank you so much for taking your time and being with us on this podcast. And you guys are beautiful as you are. May you grow old together.
Yes.
Thank you so
this
very
is what
much.
we want to see. Yeah.
Thank you so much for having us. It was really a pleasure to be with you here. And my husband.
Yeah.
I honestly think I was tricked to this. Nah, if it was for me, I wouldn't have been here. But
You see, he's softer when it comes to me.
Yeah.
And because
He can do anything for you.
Yeah, no.
That's lovely. That's cool. That's cool.
Thank you.
Well, that's what we have time for. And actually, this couple, my goodness, we didn't even go deep on a lot of the things that they mentioned. But for that which they were able to share, we hope that it does something in you. Healing. For those of you who are going through, tough times, you're not alone. Yeah. There are people who have got, my goodness, who can tell you perhaps stories that may be even more than what you are going through, and we're thankful to them for the time that they have made, to spend time with us. And please don't forget the marriage dance coming up on the 14th of February in Pretoria at the State Theatre. Tickets are available at Web Tickets and Pick and Pay.
Yes, from 295 per ticket, and VIP is 450, I think.
Yeah.
All right, until next
Thank you
time.
so much.
Goodbye.